What's going on, everybody? Cody from Viewgolf, and today I've got a product review for you, the brand new Cobra King Forged Tour irons. Pretty excited to do this one. Number one, when I unboxed these irons, the first thing I said was, wow, it's such a great looking golf club. And you know, I know the major manufacturers, all of the golf clubs that are coming out that you see at your local sporting goods store or you see at your local pro shop are good looking clubs. They don't have to sacrifice in the looks department because of their budget, and they want to keep your eyes fixed in on their product. So that being said, I still like this design a whole lot. It's a beautiful, beautiful players club. The soles are nice and thin. The top lines are no bigger or no smaller than I personally would like to look at. Now that's my preference again, but that means a lot. And also a couple things that I really liked about the design of the club is the subtleness of it. You don't see the big neon colors like you see in maybe other brands that I won't name right now. The brash coloring schemes and all of that. It's not here in this particular line of Cobra clubs. You have that one little orange line that Cobra likes to do on their player clubs, and it's just something that when you see it, you're looking at a Cobra club. It's similar to what BMW does in their cars with that dual split grille in the front. When you see that grille, you don't have to see a logo or anything else. You know that grille came from a BMW. So I like the branding that they did there. I really like it. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to start out hitting the pitching wedge. Again, I have these in an extra stiff dynamic gold. I'm using Titleist Pro V1X range balls, and we're also using Flight Scope technology to track the yardages. So let's see how they do. It's a really good feel. It's springy. It's springy off the face. You know what? Clumsy there. It almost feels like a more of a blade type iron. I think that's what they were going for. Let's hit a couple more here. See what we think. Again, a really, really solid feel here. That ball's going a long way, 156.8 yards carry distance there. Pretty similar to what I would see in my current pitching wedge with the Forged Tech. Only drawback really, like I said, is the forgiveness. As nice as it would be to have that extra forgiveness, staring at the top line of those Forged Techs, it's really thick compared to these. Just a sleeker look here from the Forged Tours. So one more. And you get that spring off the face, that nice spring, 160.6 yards of carry distance there with the pitching wedge. I'm pretty happy with that. That's again pretty consistent from what I'm seeing right now with my current set of Forged Tech irons. So so far I'm pretty impressed, and the ball flights are really consistent. I'm enjoying hitting these so far, which is I think the reason that they feel so similar to, like I said, a blade iron, is Cobra has placed this little TPU insert that kind of wraps around even that nice Forged Tour branding that they have in the cavity, which makes that feel a lot softer. And again, they're trying to make it feel similar to a super players club without sacrificing all of that forgiveness that you would get switching to a blade iron. Something that I would not do these days. Me personally would not do. So anyway, 7-iron. A little bit behind that one. Not the greatest of strikes, but 173 carry distance. I generally would take 7-iron from about 180. So for that poor of a strike, not a terrible drop off in distance. So I would be happy with that based on all the circumstances. Second shot here. Much better strike there. Okay, that one was 196 carry. That's really strong. It's a strong strike. I know, before anybody says in the comments, I know this is not probably a true 7-iron compared to like when Ben Hogan played golf, but today's standards, this is a 7-iron. Okay. One more here. And 184, so we're right in the middle there. I would pull this club from about that distance, so I would be pretty happy with that. God, the club feels really balanced. Like I said, it springs off the face. I'm not really noticing, you know, I've hit a couple pretty bad shots, honestly. And I'm not seeing the massive drop off from my Forge Tech irons, you know, in terms of forgiveness. So that's nice, like a big game improvement club. And I know this isn't a super players club, but I mean, at address, you have that little bit of top line and just a little bit of offset. And to some, it could be intimidating, but let me tell you, there's a lot of forgiveness here to play with. And I like that a lot. So let's switch to the 3-iron, and we'll hit 3 golf balls, and we'll see what we think then. And this particular club, I really like the way it sets up. It's something that I could definitely see myself using off the tee box. The sole is nice and thin. It looks like something I could really sink my teeth into off like a nice narrow par 4 or something like that. Let's see what we think here of the 3-iron. Again, at address, the minimal offset looks great. Just an amazing looking club. Nice low ball flight. 221.2 carry distance. Again, really penetrating. Probably not something I would like to hit into a green. I don't think that's going to hold. Normally you like to see those go a little bit higher than that, but as like I said, as a narrow par 4, you know, tee box club, I love it. I love that ball flight, especially here in Kansas. It's a little bit windy. I really caught that one. 233.8 carry distance. That was, I mean, that felt amazing. Gosh. Off of the face, I'm telling you, this ball, it just, I mean, you can feel the trampoline. And I don't know if it's that TPU insert, but I mean, it's soft. And again, coupled with that forged metal, there's something really nice about these irons. And it's hard to put in words. They feel hotter. The hottest club that I've tested the last 2 years has probably been the JPX Easy Forged from last year. And these are every bit as hot. I mean, I'm telling you, off the sweet spot, they just, wow, really hot. Okay, last one. Let's see how we do here. It's a nice straight ball off the tee. And that one absolutely nutted. 247.2 carry distance from a 3-iron. This is going directly into the golf bag. No questions asked whatsoever. This nice low ball flight. I'm telling you, in Kansas, you cannot put a price tag on being able to hit something that low and carry that far. So I mean, that, as far as striking the golf ball and the feel off the face, feels amazing. Feels absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend you get out and try it. Alright guys, so just got done reviewing the new Cobra King Forged Tour irons. Now, pretty excited about these clubs, especially since I'm going to be playing them. But I promise you again, one of the things that we try to do on this channel is give you most unbiased advice possible. If I bought a dud, kind of like I did with my hybrids last year, I'll let you know. Okay, so without any further ado, let me take you through the rating system real quick. Based out of 5 stars. Okay, and every category is worth 1 star. Okay, so the first category is going to be design and appeal. Okay, like I said in the initial part of the review, I'm a huge fan of the way these clubs look. They're a beautiful golf club. You know, they are subtle, and yet you know exactly what you're looking at with that nice orange accent and the King logo. So that gets a full star, no doubt about it. Something that I'm going to like looking at every day. Performance and feel. Again, we talked about how these clubs shouldn't be as forgiving as my Forged Tech irons, and you can see on some of the missed strikes, maybe it was a little bit less forgiving, but not all that much. If I didn't put them side by side, I don't know if I'd be able to tell all that big of a difference in feel on my missed strikes. And I think that TPU insert that's kind of right behind that sweet spot and around the face, or around the cavity there, I think that helps with that. So definitely a full star in performance and feel. Amazing golf clubs. Technology. I'll stress again, you know, that I think that these clubs feel like a blade, and they kind of perform like a game improvement club, but they're right in the middle of that. And that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. That's like having a V8 engine with the efficiency and the power all in one. So you have what you want, you have the power, but you're also saving money at the pump. You know, you're getting that nice fuel economy. That's kind of what we have here. We have the best of both worlds. You have the nice look of a tour iron, and you have the nice performance of a game improvement iron. So as far as technology goes, Cobra's nailed it. They get a full star there, no doubt about it. Now, view golf factor. Now this one always, you know, gets lost in translation a little bit. What is the view golf factor? Well, view golf factor is if I roll up to the tee box and I have these clubs in my bag, do I need to get some iron covers and hide these puppies, or do I need to show them off and make sure that they're shined up every time I go out? You know, and these are beautiful golf clubs. I mean, they are everything that you would want in a player's club. It's going to be timeless. You can keep these in the bag for years, and they're going to stand the test of time. They just look great, and they're subtle. Again, I like that word for these clubs, is subtle. So full star for the view golf factor. I'm going to be proud to walk around with these guys in my bag. Value. Now, I'm going to come right out and say it. They're expensive. The 3-through pitching wedge cost $1,200. You know, I purchased these, and they were almost $1,300 with the extra grip option. So you're gonna have to pay to play. Like we've said in a few videos before, you know, we're getting into that time now where a new driver's gonna cost you $500, a new 3-wood's gonna cost you $300, and a new set of irons, a good iron that's, you know, 3-through pitch, it's gonna be about $1,200. So value, cannot give it a full star there, but we'll give it a half star just because everything else in that category is the same. So for these to get a full star in value, it would need to be below that average cost for a tour player forged iron, but it's right there level with everybody else, so half star for value. Altogether, the new 2017 Cobra King forged tour irons, they get a 4.5 star rating from Viewgolf. That's right on par with the Titleist AP1 and AP2s that we reviewed earlier. You know, it's a great iron. Again, like I said, you need to go out and get fitted. This is why you do that. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. It lets us know that we're doing our jobs right. And also drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to see next.